Hey beautiful beings! In this video we're going to talk about that thing that, oh my word, I'm enlightened. I have spiritually awakened. Now I feel all light and breezy. Ooh, so breezy. Look at the light shining on me. Oh yes. Oh, I feel so in joy and bliss and everything's perfect. You know, like that thing that everybody tells you is going to happen when you have a spiritual awakening, or like when you've worked through all the crappy stuff, that's how you're going to be feeling all the time. It's not true. I'm going to talk to you about this in this video. I'm going to speak about this concept in great length. No, not in great length. We're going to do it briefly. I'm going to tell you why this is not true, what is actually true, and so that you can have some peace about how you feel right now about your spiritual awakening. So if this floats your boat, then while it's floating your boat, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. I am Tara Nightingale. I'm an energy intuitive and higher consciousness channel, and I help you awaken to your true self, your most authentic expression on this divine, beautiful planet Earth. I'm excited to be with you. I hope you're excited to be here. So let's get right into it. Beautiful beings, this is going to be a pretty short video because what I think is really important and that not enough people speak about when you go through your spiritual awakening is that you are a human. And what tends to happen is, this is the first thing we're going to talk about, is this compartmentalization of your spiritual awakening. So there's that, oh, here's the spirit side and then here's my human side. In fact, the idea of separation is the first problem of it all, because you're thinking that you're all these like, oh, separate things and alone, and that's what freaks you out. The fact that you think that you're separate from the divine, that you're separate from the universe, that you're separate from God. And when I say God, I mean God, the God around us. I don't mean any religious connotations, so let's just get that clear. So that's the first thing, and a lot of the time it's easy to fall into this belief that your spiritual awakening and you as a human are two different experiences. No, they're the same thing. So stop seeing it like that. Second thing that you need to remember is when you're going through your awakening, there is this kind of like idea that because it's separate now, because now you're this human, but then you're also this divine being, you have this idea that spiritually awakening means you're going to be feeling like this and walking around like this and just like this the whole time. You know what? I'm not going to say that that's not possible, because I do think that it is possible. I believe in all possibilities, but don't limit yourself. I mean, like, you be you. That's actually the most powerful thing that you can do, and you allowing what needs to come out of your journey is way more powerful than chasing an idea of what serenity and peace looks like. Allow your serenity and peace to unfold within you, in your expression, what that means. And this is one of the concepts that we have an issue with as humans, is we think that joy looks like this. We think that happiness looks like. We think that sadness looks like. No. Those are all ideas, concepts that we've created. So being awakened means that you awaken to all these things. You awaken to the fact that every single idea we actually have is also an idea, and that you have the ability to create it anew. That is how powerful you are. So getting stuck on this concept that you're going to be this beautiful, serene being is also, it's not really an awakened idea in the first place. It's actually a very ego-based idea. There's nothing wrong if you have that, but the fact that you can identify that and that you're aware of it now is waking you up even more. So let's be grateful for that. No, for real, let's be grateful for what we can identify, even if it is difficult for us, because that is how we expand. In our uncomfortableness, we expand, right? Absolutely. So the third thing that we have to talk about this feeling all serene and looking for this idea of how enlightenment expresses itself. When you're chasing that concept, you don't allow yourself to really expand the way that your soul needs to. Because I'm telling you, your journey has a very specific outline and way that it needs to unfold. So you may have healing that you need to do, you may have expansion that you need to do, you may have experiences that you need to go to and go through so that you can be your most expanded self, your enlightened self, your freest self. And when you start chasing how something feels, you're not here anymore, you're not present anymore. There's no other time now than now, than now, than now, than now, than what you and I are experiencing right now together and now again. Everything in the past, everything in the future, that is not here. And the second you start thinking about that, you lose yourself, you lose what's possible here and what you can create here now. This is where it's at. This is where it's at. Now let me tell you something about the mind. The way the mind is designed is to chase something. It needs to relate one thing to another. You have to give me a moment. I have a very noisy neighbor. So I had to do a location change because my neighbor is an artist and he's busy making art next door, and I can't interrupt an artist. So what I wanted to say was the mind needs to make connections. That's what it needs to do. It needs to go, oh, this fits in here, and this does this, and this does that. That's why sometimes, have you ever been to a place and then you see like maybe let's say a red hat, and then immediately your mind needs to associate that red hat with something else. That's just what the mind does. It's the nature of the mind, especially an untrained mind. So what I'm saying is, when you have a blissful experience, we will all have some sort of blissful experience, and probably numerous blissful experiences. But now what a lot of people do is they go, oh, that's how it feels to be connected to spirit, and that's what being connected to spirit is, and that's what enlightenment is, and that's how I need to feel all the time. And then you know what happens? Your brain, your mind starts chasing that experience. And if you haven't practiced awareness, you'll find yourself doing that. So here's the truth. Here is the truth. You are going to have negative experiences. You're going to feel bad emotions. You're going to have things that are unpleasant. And then you're going to have things that are pleasant too. But you shouldn't be chasing the pleasant or the unpleasant. The unpleasant and the pleasant are part of being human. That's part of being human. And where we are at right now is our consciousness is evolving. We're not done with evolving, guys. I don't know why people think that we're supposed to be at some sort of pinnacle of understanding about the spirit and everything. Hello, guys, come on. No, we're consciously evolving and constantly evolving. So we're understanding how to work with our emotions, with our heart, with our mind. So be okay with that with yourself. So the truth is, you are going to have pleasant and unpleasant experiences. And true freedom is not being bound to either of those things. True freedom is when you can find your divine self, your true self, your awareness within, the part of you that is always constant within. And you can do this through meditation. If you want to know how to do this, tell me in the comment section. I'll do a video on how we can do it together, right? Let me know in the comment section. If you want to operate from a place of your true awareness. And when you're operating from that place, you are the eye of the storm. So what do I mean by that? You are in the middle of everything. And all the stuff that's happening around, like those unpleasant emotions, those things, the healing that's going, the experiences, the great experiences, you're just in the middle of it all. You're in the middle of it all. And because you're in the middle of it all and you know that your true nature is unchanging, all of the stuff that's happening outside is kind of like, oh, that's just happening. Because think about it. Your emotions are never constant. You're never always happy, but you're never always sad. The issue is when we start chasing or running away from any of those sort of experiences. Because then we're constantly resisting what needs to happen now. It's way more powerful to be here now, in the present. It's called the present for a reason, because there's a gift in it. And when you're in the now, you allow the new to unfold, because you're not thinking about how it's supposed to be. But when you're chasing an experience, you're not allowing life to show you what it wants to show you in this very moment. So this thing about needing to be like all the time, no. Get over that. Scratch that idea out of your mind. If it happens, awesome. If it doesn't happen, cool. Rather practice being here with you now. Your life is valuable now. You are valuable now. You are worthy now. Say that to yourself. And if you're brave enough, put it in the comment section. I am worthy now. I am love now. I am awesome now. Because you are. I know. I know, I know, I know. I know, I know, I know, I know, I know. Okay. If you haven't yet, remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification button. Thank you so much for being around, for staying until this point in the video. You are awesome. You have super blessings in your bank account. Thank you for supporting this channel. I really appreciate it. And if you find it useful, share it. Share the love. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. And as always, beautiful beings, I wish you love. Bye, beautiful beings.